everyone, my name is Sam. I'm a student at Logan, and me and my Uncle Seth are gonna tell you how to play some board games.
Hi, I'm Uncle Seth. Leopards rule!
This game is called Catan Junior.
It plays 2 to 4 players, ages 6 and up, and takes about 30 minutes. To play Catan Junior, the first thing you need to do is take out the player board and set it on the table. If you're playing with 3 or 4 players, you want to use the side of the board that has 4 islands on it up here in the corner. If you're only playing with 2 players, flip the board over and there will only be 2 islands in this section, and that's how you know which side of the board to use. After you've set up the right side of the board, take all of the resources and make a pile. Then take one of each resource and set them in the booths. We have goats, wood, cutlasses, gold, and wood. Yeah, that's right, bud.
No, wait, we already did.
We already have a wood. Good point, Sam. Molasses. Oh, good job. So we would have a goat, a wood, a cutlass, a gold, and a molasses over here in the booths. Next, you'll take the ghost pirate and place him where, Sam?
In the spooky island.
In the spooky island. Very good. You take the die and just set it next to the board. And then what are these called, Sam?
Cocoa tiles.
You shuffle the cocoa tiles and just place them nearby in a stack. The last thing you need to do is every player needs to take their pirate layer and set it on each circle that matches their color. We've already done that for some players, but watch me do it for mine. So I would take this pirate layer and I'd place it on this color circle because it matches. And then I'd take another pirate layer and put it on the other circle because it matches. Then I need to take a pirate ship and place it on the same color dotted line next to my pirate layer. And then I need to take another pirate ship and place it on the same color dotted line next to the other pirate layer. Lastly, every player gets 1 wood and 1 molasses, and every player gets a building card that will show them how much it costs to build things throughout the game. And these are all for each player's specific color. Once you've done all that, the game is set up and ready to play. So, now that you're set up and ready to play, what you need to know is the first person who puts out all of their pirate layers onto the board wins the game. And every player will have 5 remaining pirate layers to place out after setup. To place pirate layers, you must build pirate layers and pirate ships, because you can only place a pirate layer next to a pirate ship of the same color. So if I were to build this pirate layer, I would either have to put it here or here. Let's pretend I was able to do that and I put the pirate layer right there. Later in the game, I could build a pirate ship, but I can only build pirate ships next to one of my pirate layers. So I could build it here or here. Let's pretend I build it here. And it would continue on like this until hopefully I've put out all of my pirate layers first, or maybe Sam will beat me to it. So, the way you place pirate layers and pirate ships is you have to pay for them. To pay for a pirate layer costs 1 cutlass, 1 barrel of molasses, 1 goat, and 1 wood. To pay for a pirate ship costs 1 goat and 1 wood. You can also buy cocoa tiles, but we'll explain what those do in a minute. You would pay a cutlass, a barrel of molasses, and some gold to do that. You may be wondering, how do you get resources? And that's a great question. At the start of a player's turn, they're going to take the die and roll it. Sam, go ahead and roll that die for us. When the die is rolled, you're going to see what number is on there. And then you're going to look out on the board and find anywhere on the board that has the same number. So for example, we rolled a 1 and this island has a 1 on it. Any player that has a pirate layer next to that island gets 1 resource for each of those pirate layers. Sam, will you hand me 1 goat since I'm next to that pirate layer, please?
Sure thing.
And we take these from the general supply. But if you'll notice, Sam's pirate layer over here is also next to an island that has a 1 on it. Sam, what do you get for the 1?
A cutlass.
A cutlass. And you get that even though I rolled the die on my turn. That's the way the game plays. So now, I would look down at my resources and see, do I have enough to buy anything? Right now, I have a wood, a barrel of molasses, and a goat. And I could buy a pirate ship, but that's not a good move for me right now because I need to put out some other pirate layers first, probably. So what I'd like to do is hopefully try and get a sword and build another pirate layer. And there are other ways to get resources besides rolling the die. You can also do trades. You could take any 1 resource and swap it out with any of the resources over here in the booths. So I could take this molasses and swap it out for the cutlass. And then I would have a cutlass, a goat, and some wood. Or if you have any 2 of the same type of resources, you can take both of those resources and turn them into the general supply and then take 1 of any sort of resource you wish. And you can do that as many times as possible on your turn. So, to recap, you can always trade 1 resource for any 1 resource at the booth, but you can only do that 1 time per turn. Or you can trade 2 resources of the same kind with the general supply for any 1 other resource. Hopefully, throughout the game, you're going to end up with the types of resources that you need. So let's pretend these were the resources that I had, and on my turn, I could then build some things. I might choose to build a pirate layer. I would have to turn in 1 cutlass, 1 barrel of molasses, 1 goat, and 1 wood. And if I did that, I could take 1 of my pirate layers and set it anywhere on the board next to 1 of my pirate ships. So maybe I'll place it right here. Or I could instead turn in just a goat and a wood and place 1 of my pirate ships next to any of my pirate layers. Or if I had a gold, I could turn in a cutlass, a barrel of molasses, and a gold and buy a cocoa tile. And cocoa tiles are pretty cool, aren't they, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when you buy a cocoa tile, you'll draw 1 off the top, and there's 4 different types, and they give you a special power. This one would let me move the ghost pirate, which I'll explain why that would be important in a moment. But what you need to know is when you buy a cocoa tile, you'll place it face up in front of you after you use it, and you get to place a pirate layer on the spooky island in the middle, as long as you have the most cocoa tiles. But if later in the game, Sam were to buy a cocoa tile, he now has the same amount as me. So I'd have to take my pirate layer away. And again, later in the game, if Sam bought another cocoa tile, he would then have more cocoa tiles than me and place his pirate layer in the middle of the board. And that's good, because remember, how do you win the game, Sam?
By putting all of your pirate layers out.
So this is a way to get a pirate layer out really quick. So, there's only a few other things you need to know before we can start playing. If you were to ever roll a 6, what happens, Sam?
You move this guy.
You move the ghost pirate. And if it was Sam's turn and he rolled a 6, he can move the ghost pirate anywhere on the board. Now, what happens when a ghost pirate goes to an island? Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
That resource is blocked.
That resource is blocked. So if Sam were to put it, for example, here, and then on my turn I were to roll a 1, I don't get the goat because the ghost pirate is blocking it. I would have to wait until I rolled a 6 myself to move the ghost pirate somewhere else. But every time a 6 is rolled, the ghost pirate has to be moved, and it can even be moved back to the spooky island if you wish. Another way of moving the ghost pirate is to hopefully draw the cocoa tile that allows you to do that. If you draw this cocoa tile, you can move the ghost pirate anywhere. Some other important cocoa tiles. This would mean take 2 goats and 2 cutlasses. And this would mean build a ship or a pirate lair for free as long as you have a place to put it. Play will continue following these rules until somebody has put out all 7 of their pirate lairs. The first person to do that is the winner.
Winner! Winner dinner. Winner chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Next.
Okay, Sam and I are going to play a few rounds. Even though Sam and I are playing, we've set the game up for 3 people, and we'll just play for the blue player the best that we can. So on my turn, if I'm going first, the first thing I do is I roll the die. And once the die is rolled, it's a number 4. And we're going to look out on the board and see which islands have a number 4 on it. This one does, and this one does. So this means Sam, the red player, gets a barrel of molasses. Here you go, Sam. The blue player gets a cutlass, and then the orange player, me, gets a cutlass. Now, I can choose to trade and buy things and build things if I can afford it. So I'm looking out here and I'm pretty close to being able to build a pirate lair, but I think I'm actually going to go ahead and build a pirate ship. And you may wonder, how can you do that? Well, I'm going to take my molasses and I'm going to trade it for a goat. And now I have a wood and a goat, and I'm going to turn both of these in, which allows me to buy a pirate ship, and I can put this anywhere next to my lair. So I could put it here, or I could put it here. And I'm going to put it right here. And now it's Sam's go. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
It's a 2.
So that would mean that
Red player gets.
a wood, which would be me,
Orange player gets.
a molasses,
Blue player gets.
blue player gets a molasses.
Great. Now, Sam, you can trade, buy, and build.
Let's see.
It looks like you'd have to trade something in order to build. And you could trade both of these and get a goat and a wood. If I were you, I think I'd wait till next turn.
Oh, I have a good thing.
Okay.
So let's see. Can I do this?
What are you thinking about doing?
Let's see. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see, what do I want to trade for? I'll trade for that. And
Now, Sam, unfortunately, you can only do 1 booth trade per turn.
right.
Right. So you'd put in the wood and you took a sword. Now you have a sword, wood, and 2 molasses.
Okay.
Okay. So it would be it would really be the blue player's turn. So the blue player would roll the dice. It's a 6, which means the ghost pirate would move. And let's pretend the blue player moved the ghost pirate right here, blocking me from getting any resources. Now, the blue player only has a cutlass and a molasses, so they can't build anything, so their turn is over. And it comes back to me. I roll the dice, it's a 4. So I'm gonna get a cutlass, and Sam's gonna get a barrel of molasses. Well, it's a 4, not a 5. That's a 5, your 4 is down here. So again, I have 2 cutlasses and a molasses, not really enough to buy anything, so my turn's over. Sam, your roll.
My roll. So no matter what I roll, So if I roll,
Well, just roll and see what happens. Let's see what
so
happens.
if I get a 3 or a 5,
A 2.
a 2,
You get some wood,
I'll get some wood.
and then me and the blue player get some molasses.
Molasses.
Sticky. Thank you. Now, Sam, do you want to trade and try and build anything?
Let's see, so that, what do we need?
You could trade 2 of these in for a goat and build a pirate lair.
Molasses, sword. Oh, wait, I have my turn. I'm just gonna switch that for that, and then I can buy a cocoa tile.
Oh, he's gonna buy a cocoa tile. Okay, so turn in your resources first. The cocoa tile costs 1 gold, 1 molasses, and 1 cutlass. Good job. Now buy your cocoa tile.
Buy my cocoa tile.
Oh, that means you get 2 goats and 2 cutlasses.
1, 2 cutlass. 1, 2.
This is a good turn for you, Sam.
Let's see.
Not because you bought a cocoa tile. What gets to happen?
I get to put my ship there.
And look at your resources. You now have enough to buy a pirate lair. You have a cutlass, a molasses, a goat, and a wood.
So I can buy a pirate lair.
Yes. Oh my goodness, you're getting 2 pirate lairs
And
this
a
turn.
goat.
Well, let's put your pirate lair out first. Where would you like it to go?
I'll put my pirate lair. So if I put my pirate lair here, that would... No, that wouldn't give me any more.
Well, it would give you next to the 3.
Yeah, and that would mean... if
Gold.
3 was gold.
Now, do you want to buy anything else?
Let's see, do I have enough though? Yes, I can buy.
All right, he's going to buy
Buy a
a ship and put it next to one of his pirate lairs.
Looks like these are the only places.
Yeah, you could put it back here, but that's not very helpful.
Me.
Sam, awesome turn. You got out 1, 2 pirate lairs and a
Ship.
ship. Very good.
And a cocoa tile.
And a cocoa tile. You did almost everything you can do in the game in that one turn. Very cool. And I think that's a good place for us to stop because you did everything that turn. What do you think? You want to keep playing?
Yeah,
Well, let's turn off the camera and keep playing.
Yeah, good idea.